Final Fantasy XIII-2. The story so far.
Sarah!
I shall remember your pain.
No! What's wrong? Why won't you answer me?
I too remember the time when Sarah said Noel and then Noel said Sarah and then Sarah asked questions to her bow.
This was ridiculously disjointed. Hello everybody.
Lightning.
Uh...
Way, and it's all thanks to Noel.
Is it really, Sarah? I don't think it is.
Yeah, I think it was thanks to that one specific other person who did that one specific thing that caused you to go into a faulty timeline.
I've come to lead Noel away from this cold.
Good lord, I remember nothing of this game's story.
You know, there was that whole subplot related to it, and a whole bunch of data logs.
So how do you guys feel about wandering around in the dark for a while?
It's beautiful. It's meaningful. It's deep.
See, you can't tell from there, but a dying world is fucking gigantic. Like, you could fit the entire Arklet steppe on this map twice.
I could be wrong, but I kind of thought that this map was the Arklet steppe. I mean, not like literally model for model, but I got the impression that it's supposed to be like that place in the stupidly distant future.
That's why it is so deep. See? Very, very meaningful.
I don't see how that's meaningful.
Incredibly. No, I mean, you know, I like this game, actually, a lot. And of course that includes the plot, which I never skip on replays completely. And just run around recruiting monsters for my team all the time and putting them in stupid heads. What are you talking about?
You know, Noel, I don't know who exactly is here aside from you, but something tells me that a behemoth might be a little excessive for a birthday feast.
I know, it depends on how many people are at the party.
Depends on how many candles you can put on it and light.
I mean, we know him, we know Yule, and we know Caius. I don't know if 3 of them can eat an entire behemoth.
Oh, I don't know, isn't there always at least one person in every Final Fantasy party who's like, I can eat an entire behemoth?
Don't they have freezes in this universe?
Did you get one?
Or, you know, Blizzara in a box?
You're improving. It must have been a difficult hunt.
Now I want a side game where you can just play as Noel and have to hunt up from the smallest monster, mini Flan, up to normal Flans, and at the end you have this behemoth. It's just the entire game, just hunting bigger and bigger monsters.
Man, a game about hunting monsters, that's a brilliant idea. Someone should get on that.
You are ready to challenge.
Imagine if they had a Final Fantasy spin-off of that too. I mean, that would be ridiculous.
And with a very compelling protagonist to boot.
I killed him.
Uh, the only compelling person here is Liam O'Brien.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty cool.
If you wish to succeed me, you must kill
Also, he actually verbatim said there can be only one.
Yeah, it's not even a joke, he's pretty cool. He looks ridiculous. I almost get sad when I skip these cutscenes.
Probably going to be a little bit difficult to hear in the final video, but this song is actually lyrical.
It's just Noel's theme. It'll come up again.
Well, yeah, but this is like actually Noel's theme. All the other versions of it that we've heard so far are merely arrangements of Noel's theme, but this is actually Noel's theme.
Right, but it will play again later. It's not a big deal.
I'm sure. And I'm still not going to subtitle it because it's bad.
Anyway, yeah, so, Noel has to kill Caius and become the one true guardian.
So I began training with swords.
So, that's a thing.
I'd never beat him at his own style, so I went with 2 blades.
Also, that is some Lloyd Irving style,
If I didn't kill Caius,
logic
I
there.
couldn't become the next guardian.
I think that Star Wars prequel logic. It's like, there are these Jedi and they have one lightsaber, but if I use 2 lightsabers and stick them together, then I will be better than the Jedi. And then next guy uses 2 lightsabers that are independent from each other, and then he's even better.
I wanted to stand at your
Then you have a
side
guy with 4
to help
lightsabers.
protect you.
And then in true keeping, there's now a 3-bladed lightsaber in the new one.
Yeah, but that's like a lightsaber guard, sword guard.
It's like a light claymore. I really hope it turns out not to be as dumb as it sounds.
The thing I like the most about Noel's weapons, I think, is that one of them fits inside the other.
Yes!
It's like very, very practical design.
It's a sword that contains another sword.
No, it's actually like a scabbard that can also stab people.
So these people are paradoxes. They don't actually exist. I mean, obviously this is because we're in Noel's dream world, but yeah, no, you can bring them into reality and they will instantly die.
I kind of felt bad about this, especially when I realized the game was making me do that over and over and over again.
Oh, tell me it doesn't kill the Chocobo as well.
Oh, it totally does.
Come on!
No, we didn't see the Chocobo's death animation.
Yeah, they were evidently too lazy to make a dying animation for a Chocobo.
Now they saved our feelings. I think I would have cried there. It was very considerate of them.
I mean, like, thinking about it, the whole 13 series is pretty lazy with animations of things dying.
But if it comes to vanilla running,
Yeah, well, yeah, everything other than dying is great, but there's no animations for stuff dying, because whenever you kill something in a fight, it just sits there doing its normal animation loop, but kind of fades to black while still being alive. Nothing just dies.
you know, I completely don't remember the dialogue, even though I totally read every single line of it, of course. But is there actually an in-universe reason for them just fading away? Because in 10 there was.
No, there is not.
Huge one.
Yeah, that was one of those things where, you know, the people behind 10 realised that, hey, we can maybe do something cool by having a thing that looks like a flashy visual effect but actually is acknowledged by the plot and characters.
We could have more
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, I won't argue that 10 is not better in any way than this, but I did have a lot of fun playing 13-2.
And even in the games like 7 that had the fade to red thing, the enemies still all had death animations. While some of them, like random mobs, would sometimes have actual death animations that would play while they were fading to red. Even when the bosses were being generic, they still had like the big, long, drawn-out, satisfying one.
I started playing Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga, I think it was. Yeah, it was. And I was really impressed. It's a PS2 game, and all of the normal enemies have incredibly different animations for a lot of things, like getting frightened if you hit them with weakness, and also for death. I was like, wow, that's effort. It looks really good too.
And my own helplessness.
I mean, there's a lot... Effort is a dangerous word to use around the PS2 SMT games, because they all use, like, the exact same assets and engine.
Yeah, but someone had to do it at the start, right?
It's just like, you know, there was this whole thing about, oh, like Final Fantasy XIII was going to be like a stripped down, very focused JRPG, and okay, they massively fucked that up. But then, after that, when they were making 13-2, they were like, oh, we're going to listen to everyone's feedback, and we're going to make it more like, you know, all JRPGs with, like, NPCs and side quests and towns. And they completely forgot why people liked all those old JRPGs with NPCs and side quests and towns.
Yeah, I think by that time they had removed, fired, and or lost a lot of the people who actually knew how to do that in the first place.
Oh, that too.
Leave and go where?
I mean, definitely agree that in a lot of times it feels like a copy of things that should be fun because everyone knows that it's fun, but it's just like they copy the superficial aspects of it and don't really know what makes them good in the first place.
Hope and you of all people should know.
Anyway, meanwhile in the game, Caius is telling Noel off for being an idiot and suggesting they should go and try to find other people.
Something we could do.
There are no other people, Noel. You know this.
Kill me.
Maybe just kill them by making them live in a paradox world or something.
There's only one solution to there not being very many people. We should make there be even less people.
Also, I shall wear a glove that shows you the permanent middle finger, because you deserve it.
When the goddess dies, the chaos of Valhalla is unleashed.
This is a great plan.
Chaos has the power to warp the timeline and destroy the past.
Right, so we're gonna kill Caius, and we're gonna make that happen, and... Wait, fuck, that's his plan, isn't it?
Yes, we're gonna destroy the past.
If you cannot, you must.
So hey, guess what? Surprise!
Okay.
It's gonna be awesome, like the end of FF7, right?
Perhaps not.
I can't help but notice that he seems to be very weak.
Yeah, he is not very difficult. That said, this fight is a lot harder than Sarah's version of this, primarily because you have no one to help take aggro or hits for you.
All of the constant getting tossed in the air is also kinda annoying.
Yeah, you better be good at medicing. Like, it doesn't come up very often, but I can kind of appreciate how, when you only have one party member, the game is somewhat clever enough to just let you switch roles whenever you want. Although it does kind of raise the question that if that's possible, then why can't anyone change to any role whenever they want, whether or not it's defined as a paradigm? But, you know...
Well, that goes into a lot of issues like how would you even begin to design a UI for that, and, you know...
Very simply, really. It's not that much of a challenge.
Anyway, yeah, that was Caius. Good fight, good fight.
Oh, definitely for a quick one-on-one.
He didn't even pull a bullshit, oh, you know you're going to fight me again because I'm actually immortal, like he always does. I mean, technically he did, but there was no second phase of the fight this time.
Yeah, but he still had auto-live on.
It's as I feared.
Could see that plain as day.
Now here's a pertinent question. Why do we have this stupid film grain effect? Well, not film grain, but like, you know, projector slides.
It's a flashback.
I don't want
Duh.
to please her. I want to save her.
Where are you going?
And they've even got the vignette effect at the sides and everything.
To Valhalla.
Yeah, it's a visual shorthand for this is a flashback, because otherwise you wouldn't understand. It's too deep.
Right, but it's not a flashback though. Like, this is actually happening. We are in Noel's dream world.
What it is?
2 humans left in the world.
Also, you say you wouldn't understand otherwise, as though that helps us understand now.
Is this not like the memory of Noel that is playing off at the moment, so he didn't actually fight Caius right now?
No, like, this is...
It's a little from column A, a little from column B. It's basically like they're trapped in the Matrix, and Noel is being put through this program that's basically based on things that happened. So, like, this is happening to him, but...
But I mean, he has always known that Caius wants him to kill him, right? No?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Good. So this is like a memory then.
Like I said,
It happened not long after
he's
Caius.
basically stuck in a dream that he's not aware that he's stuck in a dream.
Before I knew what was
Like
happening.
the thing that happened to Sarah before was, you know, that she ended up back in Bodum, and hey, everyone's here, and then Lightning's here, and it's happy. Let's just live here. And then Sarah she broke out because she figured out that it was a dream.
Yeah, I thought that was half dream, half memory. Like, it basically knew what she wanted because it was as it has been before. Maybe that's a deep theme that conservatism is bad. If you just want everything to stay the same, then that's bad. Because things change.
Also, holy shit, her fingers end in points.
Yeah, they do. But, I mean, I can't... This is not exactly the highest quality game to begin with, and even, like, today, like, actual, like, good-looking hands are really hard to do.
Fair.
Bear in mind that until the PS2, people did not have fingers at all, so...
Fate of their Cirrus.
Uh,
Each time a Cirrus sees a vision of the future.
And I mean, that was almost a death animation, then she faded away anyway.
Still young.
Meanwhile, Noel is telling us things that we already know as though we're learning them for the first time. Again!
But hey, yeah, fuck Etro.
Caius chose to keep the
Just
secret
thought you
from
should
me.
know.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem I have with this game's story is the constant repetition and repetition again and again and again, which is almost symbolic for the plot itself, you know, because Yule keeps dying. Symbolism.
No.
Yeah.
Which is on another level symbolic because it's a JRPG and it's just doing the same fight over and over and over again if you break it down enough.
I thought
See,
if I
no
could
guys, you don't get it. Like, the blatant symbolism is itself the subtle symbolism.
change Yule's
And all of that is just a critique of capitalism.
the goddess.
You sure it's capitalism and not religion? It's always religion.
No, it's both because they're so intertwined, you know. We can critique both things at once because we're deep enough for that.
Maybe it's the deification of money.
As I searched for Valhalla,
And the behemoth he just killed symbolized Donald Trump.
I didn't care what happened to me. If I died,
Which, as the game came out, of course they didn't know it would be topical, but it's a game about time travel, so...
My god, it's all coming together.
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy XIII-2 just barely manages to be more coherent and make more sense than that outlook and worldviews of Donald Trump. You know, it's close,
ranks of obsidian mountains pierce the heavens.
but
Bone-white deserts choke.
I know who I'm giving the nod
No
to.
matter how far I walked, I saw
I'm voting for Mog.
no matter how long I waited, the gate of the goddess did
Anyway, yeah, I hope everybody likes following Noel some more.
I also hope everyone remembered our previous warning about how fucking massive this place is.
It's a good thing that there is a random treasure chest lying around here. That symbolizes also something, you know, with the vitality of the place that is not there. Because you got vitality essences.
No, I don't see that.
Okay, I'm very sorry, I will have to write an effort post about this later on in Cinema Discusso. Where else? Because this game, it's not a game, it's a cinematic masterpiece. And it's definitely at its best when you cannot play it.
The cold was seeping into my body. My heart beat slower, and for the first time,
Ah, yes, and this is quite symbolic here.
The Hand of Death,
I knew it was coming, and I didn't.
which is
resist.
actually light.
Literal light from the sky.
That is symbolic. Might even be foreshadowing.
Etro?
Noel, don't you remember me?
So yeah, now just arbitrarily now we can actually touch Noel and be like, yo, hey dumbass, we're still alive.
Here.
Yeah, he's suddenly not a ghost anymore.
Because he longed for the Hand of Death.
Take you away
Here
from it.
it came. Because anime is death.
All dreams have to
It's like,
end some-
at the point in time where the things depicted here actually happened, this was where he ended up going to see lightning. Yeah,
We have to stick together.
remember this guy?
Someone else I can count on.
I mean, you know, this is a good capstone to your emotional reunion and, you know, saving Noel from death.
So yeah, basically, all of this bullshit plot thing happens, and then because nothing makes any sense, they give you a boss battle that makes no sense. That's a reasonably good boss battle and has the best theme in the game playing, and everyone's back together, and, you know, this is the best they've got if you just want to make you feel really good.
Gog Magog, he's the best.
Alright, so Gog Magog's gimmick for this fight is actually really cool. So what he does is he gives himself a whole bunch of debuffs. So, and then once he reaches the point where he gives himself D-Brave, D-Faith, Fog, and Pain, he will do this, and he will transfer all of those debuffs onto you.
Yep. Actual imagination. Who knew?
Now, fortunately, he is extremely easy to get staggered, so this is not a hard fight, but until you figure out exactly how the gimmick works, it actually is really interesting.
Hey, even has multicast, like Ogre Magi from Dota 2, which adds another layer.
Indeed.
And this game is on Steam, like Dota 2.
Yeah, and I bought it on Steam to replay it because I like it a lot. But no, actually, I think the gameplay of this game, it excuses a lot of things. And I really, really do like playing this game.
One of the things I will actually credit this game for is that it is impressive how they keep finding original things to do with the combat system like this.
But I'm actually wondering is if the limit break attacks from the monsters, do you think they're not worth it at all? Because I use them all the time just to break up the flow a little.
Let's go, Noel.
It really...
Most of them aren't worth it. Some of them are quite good.
What?
I mean, Flynatus of course is broken as fuck, for example.
Oh yeah.
I've been having reminded me of something.
And some of them to get stagger up a lot. I mean, I like to play around it, but I switch monsters out constantly. Also because it's fun. I think it's a lot of fun. It's like Pokemon. And I like playing Pokemon.
Hang on, we have a plot twist. Sarah, because she can see the timeline, she's going to die just like Yule.
Told you about the Hand of Death. Ha! You thought I was joking.
Also, again, don't we kind of already know this? I mean, I don't think we've been explicitly told, but I don't think it's possible to get to this point in the game while paying even a modicum of attention. And like, if there's one thing that is not bullshit, that is not oblique and obfuscated, that is extremely obvious, that is massively, massively obvious, it's that Sarah is doing the Yule thing and she's going to die.
I didn't extremely get it. But why would I ever listen to anything they say in this game?
Also, that's a hell of a frame to freeze on.
Tell me, if I die...
This is the closest thing to a dumb response.
Whenever Yule died, she was reborn over and over. But I don't know if
I mean, again, this is the writers not committing to always having a dumb response
We'll never know.
and always having the characters play it straight.
It's okay.
You think the game would profit from having a karma system? Where your dumb responses will change the ending actually?
If we hurry,
Dunno.
Just a fleet of Muggles come in, save the day, by dancing.
I'm just saying, I think it's a shame that they didn't go they didn't seriously pursue the idea that there should always be a dumb response, and the dumb response will always be funny because Sarah will say something totally stupid and Noel will try his best to respond straightly.
So maybe they don't actually know what funny is.
That is a fragment that, that is a possibility that I'm not going to discount.
Alright, well, so that was a lot of bullshit. Next time we will
Walk all the way back.